So there's an increased demand of IT auditors in Nigeria that understand security, IT security, that can really analyze and tell people, organizations, that yes, this is what is happening. So yes, right now in Nigeria, there's a high demand of IT auditors. High demand. I think there's an upscale demand of IT auditors in Nigeria, if I may say. But my advice to anybody that wants to take it is don't rush, because it's a very technical exams. My candid advice is don't rush, take it easy and take it simple.
Hello everyone, welcome to CISA This Much. This is Aditya, and today we have with us ARHYEL from Nigeria. He has recently cleared his CISA exam. So, first of all, congratulations for clearing the exam. And we'll ask him lots of questions. But before that, ARHYEL, I'll request you to please introduce yourself, your background, and what made you choose CISA.
Thank you, Mr. Adatia. Thank you, sir, my teacher, my tutor. I'm surprised you can call the name ARHYEL. Everybody calls me in Nigeria MSHELIA. Now I am MSHELIA, ARHYEL B. I presently am in northern part of Nigeria, Sokoto. I'm not in Lagos, I'm not in Abuja. I'm in Sokoto, northeastern part of Nigeria, where people don't even appreciate CISA. I learned about CISA through a friend who is Lagos based. He came to, he's a colleague, he came to Sokoto for work and he told me about CISA. And out of boredom, I decided that I would take CISA. I think that should be like 6 years back. And I wanted to do CISA. When I started seeing what was in the curriculum, I developed an interest in CISA, knowing fully well that being from the north, if I can make CISA with the IT things involved in CISA, it will propel my career. That's how I developed an interest in CISA. But 5 years back, 6 years back, I did not make CISA until 1st of April this year.
Okay. Yeah, and you know what? So we have lots of students from Nigeria. I mean, in fact, many countries in Africa, we have lots of students from there. So, like, my next question to you is, do you feel there is increasing demand for IT audits in your country, in your location? Because I have seen, lately lots of people from your country are shifting into IT audit background. So, like, if you can, let us know like any specific reason behind that. Like, is there more opportunities in your country overall?
Yes. Yes, sir. There's an increased demand of IT auditors in my own country because of recent, everything is going in Nigeria. This is recently Nigerian government introduced the cashless policy, where we had a lot of transactions sometime between December and February this year. Everything e-POS. We had such a lot of bank fraud, a lot of POS fraud, a lot of hacking on devices and whatnot. And then of the cashless policy, most of the transaction of the government base or whatever is going a lot of e-deployment, everything is portal, you must buy. So there's an increased demand of IT auditors in Nigeria that understand security, IT security, that can really analyze and tell people, organizations, that yes, this is what is happening. So yes, right now in Nigeria, there's a high demand of IT auditors. High demand. I think there's an upscale demand of IT auditors in Nigeria, if I may say. Yes.
All right. Great. Thanks for giving us that information. And whoever is watching from your country, so, like if you have any more questions, you can even reach out to him, like any specific questions, because I am not from, I'm basically residing in India. So I may not be able to know lots of information about, the opportunities and, things happening in his country. But in case you have some specific questions, you can directly reach out to him. my next question to you is, how much time did it take for you, right from the starting, like right after registering to this course and till you have cleared the exam? So how much time does it take overall for anyone to clear this exam, and especially since you are not from IT background, okay, so since you are from engineering background, mechanical engineering background, so like people who are new to IT, how much time does it take for anyone to clear this exam?
Okay, my own situation is peculiar. I passed on second attempt. I After the first time I took interest, I went last year, 2nd of July. Now I have read CRM. I have gone through him and Doshi, some of his texts, not fully. I've read Peter Gregory back and front. I've read CISA Q&A. I went and fell by um, 9 points. But from then, when I decided to sit down for it this time around, I gave it a shot of 9 months. I
Okay,
did not rush it. I gave it 9 months. But in these 9 months, for every day, I must give it minimum of 2 hours.
great.
I did not rush. I took my time. I met you on YouTube. From registering with you to lectures, I made sure I went through your course like 3 times, if not four. Then the mock test or CRM, I did not rush it. So it depends on your ability. But my advice to anybody that wants to take it is don't rush because it's a very technical exams. My candid advice is don't rush, take it easy and take it simple.
Yeah, this is really great advice, because I take lots of interviews, but till now, very few people have discussed about these things, like this as a tip, for everyone. Don't rush, especially if you're not from IT background. Don't rush. See, the reason is that everyone takes their own time, okay, and what more important is that have you done everything from your side? Have you gone through the things which is required? Since he's saying that, because I have, when he enrolled with us, I have told him you will have to study every day 2 hours. So he, whatever I have told him, he has followed that. He has gone through the lectures 3 times. He is saying, I'm not saying that, he himself is saying he has gone through the things 3 times. He has gone through the mock test, he has done the revision. So when you take a long time, okay, and when you do things, see, it all depends upon, everyone are different, some people can do 2 times 3 times revision even in 2 months, okay, but that's their, level of, handling things, but we cannot say that the same rule will apply for everyone, so everyone are different. More important is that not how much duration you are taking. More important is, have you gone through everything which is required? Point number one. Have you done the revision which is required? Point number two. And are you feeling confident from inside? Are you able to read the questions well? Because once you go through the lectures 3 times, once you go through the mock test and everything, you do your revision, you will start feeling confident from inside. You will start reading things, in a different way. Because I also, say this all the time that, it also depends upon your reading skills. When you read any question, okay, you have to think from IS auditors mindset, okay, how to think from auditor's angle, how to identify the hints in that particular question, how to solve a question, how to analyze a question. So all these things, it takes time. And let me tell you guys, he has scored 618, which is a very good score, uh, so if you can just, give some tips, how did you able to score? So it, this is an achievement, guys, because anyone scoring more than 600, it is not an easy task. Okay, so if you are scoring more than 600, it means that your knowledge is really at a great level. It shows your dedication, your hard work, your efforts, and everything. So if you can just a little bit elaborate about you scoring 618, like were you confident while giving the exam that you will score six more than 600?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, when I was going for the exams, I was scared, but I knew very well that I have worked hard. But I was scared. I prayed. I believe in God. So I felt I have done my own part. God will help me in His own way. But I made sure I covered every bit of what I was supposed to cover. Every bit. Are you there with me, sir?
Yeah.
Now, my target, being that I did not make it the first time by 9 points, was even to make 700 or 800. Yes, you said 600 is a good mark. So I set a target for myself that I will be the best, maybe 700 or 800. But I knew it wasn't going to be easy. So I kept reading like I was not prepared. I did everything. I revised the notes. And there's something, permit me to say at this point in time, which I saw some dumps that were misleading, and I asked questions about them, if you remember. And you gave me advice on how to go about them and whatever. And I went with your own advice. Now, I think the best thing that happened to me was listening to your own advice, my instructor, my teacher. I was supposed to go, I think, in December. You told me I was not prepared yet. I should not have exam mindset. I should focus on understanding the concept. Now, I did not mock up anything. I went with the understanding of the concepts. No matter where the questions could have come from, even as we're taking the exams now, I can't, I'm sorry, the interview right now, I will take the exams and still pass because I understood the concepts very, very well. So if you ask anything, I can defend it. So for anybody that is going for the exams, I think understanding of the concept is very, very key. You must understand the concept. I give you an example. If there's a particular question that is very popular, like you ask which is the safest method for destroying a media, and there's degaussing, there's permanent destruction, there's this, and how rarely sometimes we choose degaussing or destruction. But then there was somewhere that yes, they said that for reuse, and they said formatting with random, with random data. So if you don't understand the concept and you mug it up, CISA exams will really, really displace you. So I think the best advice I have for any of the candidate, if you want to make it very well, is to really, really sit down and understand the concepts. And that is what your lectures give to me, sir, the understanding of the concept.
Yeah, so it's a really good advice. In fact, I had a separate question for this, but he has answered the answer for that question here itself. That conceptual understanding is very important, and also since he has mentioned that he has gone through the test and everything multiple times, and there is no shortcut or secret as such. See now whoever is watching this interview, so they will feel that, oh wow, he has cleared this exam. Oh, wow. So people feel that success is something, it is very easy to achieve. Maybe he's lucky or whatever. But if you understand the efforts which he has gone through, for the past 9 months, okay, only he can, only he understand those efforts. So what I'm trying to say is that hard work. There is no shortcut, for hard work, and there is no shortcut for revising things. So uh, whenever you are going for this exam, keep this thing in your mind. Okay. I would like to add one more thing here. Like recently we have got one inquiry. So that person was saying that, okay, he assumed that like if he sit for any live lectures, okay, so he told us that there is some live lecture which is for six weekends, okay, and he mentioned that if I sit for the live lecture, everything will get over in just 6 weekends, and on the seventh weekend I can go and I can give the exam. Yeah, so guys, there was some interruption, but anyways, so I was speaking about this example. I mean, the inquiry which we have received recently, and that person was saying that if I sit for live lectures for 6 weekends, on the seventh weekend I can go and I can give the exam, or maybe like after 2 months I can go and I can give the exam. Okay, but I told him that things doesn't work like that. Okay, you know if you listen to him carefully, he has mentioned one thing, which is he used to study every day, and he used to put 2 hours every day. Okay, 2 hours every day he used to study. Okay, now the importance of studying every day is that if you only study on weekends, or if you have this, or if you're assuming that if you only sit on weekends and on any live lecture, and and you feel that you will be ready in 1.5 month, trust me, you are fooling yourself, because things doesn't work like that. Okay, this is the only course where you cannot expect to clear the exam just by studying on weekend, or just by sitting for any live lecture or whatever on weekends. Okay, this is not going to work. Okay, you will have to study every day. No one is saying to give 3 to 4 hours. Even if you can study 1 hour every day, that is more than sufficient, but studying every day is very, very much required. Okay, so do you want to say like, you have any points on this thing, like the importance of studying every day versus studying only on weekends?
I think, like you said, let me say this: consistency is the art of mastery. You must be consistent. Consistency is the art of mastery. Yes, you must be consistent. Whether it's 1 hour, whether it's 2 hours, whether it's 3 hours, you cannot build the stamina to clear over the weekends only. It's 1 hour daily, you must give in. You must sacrifice a lot of things. I used to before I go to my own work. So at the point, even up to now that I've cleared the exams, I still woke up at my dead time because my system has not yet readjusted. But what I will say is that consistency is the art of mastery. You cannot sit down and say you want to pass through the whole videos or through the whole questions in weekends. It doesn't work like that. Start small and build the milestones. That I think will work.
All right. So really, he has given lots of advices, and but thanks for that. Thanks for your detailed explanation. So, any last tips, or whatever advice, any last piece of advice you want to give to the users? I mean, to the students who are currently watching this interview, who are the future CISA aspirants.
Well, first of all, if I say register for CISA this much, I'm marketing Adatia and CISA this much. In case you choose not to take my advice to register for CISA this much, if you think you can do it on yourself, fine. But my advice is uh, take it easy, be consistent, and times is much more about details. But for those that are willing to register and make the sacrifice, I think CISA this much is the last one-stop solution for CISA aspiring candidates. I am true testimony. I went, I got 449. I had a very outstanding performance when I went. It was like cakewalk to me. You can try it by watching his domain too. That's what brought me to meet at that year. That's my advice, sir.
Thank you so much, and it was really great, interviewing you. And thanks for sharing your experiences. Lots of advices you have given to our audience, and I hope that everyone has learned from his journey. There are so many things, so many, what, every interview I we have new things, which we get to learn from everyone's experiences. And you know I hope everyone has learned a lot, and thank you so much. And also, once again, congratulations for a very great score.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And thank you for being there for me.